Aluminum foil is the miracle metal. It is. See? It's the miracle metal. I remember how in sixth grade there was some girl in class who got mad. I remember because it was in English class in sixth grade. There was a row of National Geographic magazines stacked up against the wall, and one of them, on the cover of one of them, it said "Aluminum, the miracle metal," and I saw it and I said, "Aluminum foil, the miracle metal," and this girl in my class got really mad, and she says, "That's not what that says." She said that. She said, "That's not what that says. I don't see the word foil anywhere." Because for most people at the time, aluminum, the big familiarity with aluminum was through the existence of aluminum foil, which is this stuff. I'm going to try to eat a piece of this. Look at this. I'm going to try to eat this. See? Oh. It won't go down. It won't go down. It won't go down. I don't think I can do it. Oh, I can't do it like I used to be able to. But I know I did it a long time ago. But maybe if it was a smaller piece. It really is the miracle metal. Look, a tiny, tiny little piece there. See? See how tiny that is? Oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't eat aluminum foil anymore like I used to be able to. I must be getting old. But aluminum foil, the miracle metal. It's like the one time in grade school, we had to read something from a story, from like a short story or a story that was in our school book or something. And we had these tutors there or something. And it was something to do with astronauts or something. And one of them made a reference to a bubble tent. And of course, guess what I called it? I called it a bubble gum tent. And then the tutors for that class said, "I don't see the word gum anywhere." She said that. But this was... Now, at school, they always had, like, stacks of National Geographic magazines that they never really used for anything. Remember that? They always used to have National Geographic in school, but they never used them for anything. They would just have them sitting there on display, but we never actually read them. They would have, sometimes they would probably have like 100 National Geographic magazines just sitting there gathering dust. I think a long time ago, I think my grandfather used to had a big collection of like National Geographics. And I have a bunch of the maps from the magazines. He gave me a bunch of the maps. They used to have like a map in each issue, and he gave me a bunch of them a long time ago of the maps I don't know what he did with the magazines, but yeah, that was. But at school, they always had National Geographics. And I remember in high school they had them too. They had like a whole shelf full of National Geographics, and we kept trying to knock over the shelf. And there was one time I was in class. One of the kids in my class takes one of the National. He was goofing off in class, and he takes one of the National Geographics off the shelf and starts reading it. And he was like, he wasn't really even reading. He was like paging through it, and he looks over at me and he spits in it. He says, "Watch this, man." And he spits in the National Geographic magazine, spit a big loogie in it, and closed the magazine on it. And it was right on the page. It was right in the article about Delaware. There was a big there was an article in National Geographic about the state of Delaware. And he spit right where they had like a little outline of a map of Delaware, and he spits on it. He says, "Watch this." So after that National Geographic magazine was ruined. So anyway, it's one of those weird things they have in schools. And I remember a time in 8th grade somebody lost a National Geographic. And then, of course, it was foil. Now, in 5th grade, I remember there was one time in 5th grade we had to have an art project that involved aluminum foil. We had to like flatten out a sheet of aluminum foil, and I know what it was. It was like for Christmas. We had to flatten out a sheet of aluminum foil and then draw like something to do with Christmas on a sheet of like plastic cling wrap over it, and place it over it so it would like shimmer like a piece of aluminum foil. And the teacher got mad. I remember one time because the kids in that class would goof off so much. There was one time the teacher gave us a big lecture about us beforehand. She said, "I don't want to see anybody tearing their aluminum foil." She says, "Aluminum foil is very easy to tear, so you have to be very careful with it." So naturally, somebody tore their aluminum foil. And she says, "Well, I'm not going to let you do the rest of this project because I told you not to tear your foil, and you went and you did it anyway." So the kid says, he starts crying. I don't even remember what the kid's name was, but the teacher starts lecturing him and about tearing his aluminum foil. So then the kid started crying like a big baby because he wasn't allowed working on that art project. So guess what? The teacher relented and let him work on it anyway. So how's that for getting your way? That kid knew how to get his way. He started crying so the teacher would let him work on the art project. He says, "That's not fair. It's not my fault. My aluminum foil ripped. It's Jimmy Carter's fault. Please let me do this art project." So that's the story of aluminum